dance for joy or lust or
So welcome to Sensible Secondhand Classics, the series where we look at nostalgic cars that you can buy over 15 years old for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 1998 Daimler V8 long wheelbase, and well, it's one of the most agreeable cars I've ever driven on the channel. So the Daimler V8 was part of what's called the X308 series of Jaguar XJ cars, although some of them were badged as Daimlers, like this one. Those ran from 1997 to 2002 and were a sort of continuation, really, of the X300 series, which was sort of a continuation in a way of the XJ40. So how many X340 components in this car are, I don't really know, but the X308 was actually quite different from the previous X300, not just because of the engines, but I'm not even sure there are any body panels that actually are shared between these cars. Driving around this little circuit at the Great British Car Journey in Derbyshire, where you can have a go in this car. If you think my video is terrible, then you can use the equipment that they have here to make a better one. It feels very nice indeed. We've got the patented Ford front heated screen on. It's not quite as quick to clear the windows as I'd like. For some reason this mirror is not very useful, particularly because the headlining is sagging in the back, which is a common thing on X300s and X308s, but it is very, very agreeable. I do feel very imperious driving around in this. I'm very grateful to Ian and Riley at the British Car Journey for making it possible for me to drive this and a whole load of other cars today. I feel very grateful. So the engines available in one of these X308s were quite a simple choice, really. 4-litre V8 like in this with 290 horsepower, and then a supercharged V8, which is in the Jaguar XJR and the Daimler Super V8 with 390 horsepower. At this stage there weren't any forbidden fuel versions available. That's nice, because if you want this level of luxury, and the Daimler is the ultimate in luxury with these thick carpets and steering that is so smooth that it would impress a Parisian waiter, you don't really want a lateral engine, and this V8 is just almost silent at this kind of modest speed that we're doing on this little private test route that we have at the museum. There's just no weight to the steering really at all. The X300s are the same. And, you know, having just driven a Vauxhall Chevette, this is a bit different. It's about as different as you could get from one of those. Oh viewers, I think we might have found my ideal specification for an X308. Lovely Daimler V8, look at the grille, got Daimler alloy wheels, Daimler badges, chrome mirror caps, chrome on the side. This is the long wheelbase version for extra luxury stretching out. And of course the fluted little plinth above the number plate. Very, very nice, viewers. We do like things like this. Twin exhausts. I'm surprised you've not got twin fuel tanks actually. We've only got one fuel tank in this. Probably not the most economical car, but look at the space. If you're the mayor of somewhere distinguished, and this would be the car for you. Luxury wood, cream leather, not quite beige leather, viewers, but look at these carpets. Feels very nice. Very nice. The only problem is we've got the typical Jaguar XJ saggy headlining in here. That's a problem, but nevertheless, We'll get this out. Oh, the luxury doesn't stop. Let's close the door. So we got out of the rain. Someone's actually got an umbrella out for us, and we're in the back. Just imagine the saggy headliner isn't here. Little table here for putting, I don't know what, a glass of whiskey on there or something. Gonna have to. Oh, there we go. It's quite an interesting arrangement for these picnic tables, isn't it? And we've got some rear climate vents, got some mat pockets, got some big door bins in the back. Much better legroom than the last Jaguar XJ I tried, which was the X300. J-gate up there, and a beige leather steering wheel with the Daimler logo, and look at this. You can actually move that seat out of the way if we want to move it. Should leave the key in there, wouldn't we, to do that? That's a bit annoying. But yeah, you can electrically move that seat. And there's this kind of ashtray there. No, where'd you put your pipe rest? Oh, there. But that doesn't feel very good. Neither do those switches, which are definitely out of something like, I don't know, Mark IV Fiesta. Like this key. Looks suspiciously like a Mark IV Fiesta key, which is a bit of a problem, but you know, we can overcome such things. And we've got an electric sunroof, of course, quite a big one, and some grab handles, because we're going to be spending a lot of time in the back, aren't we? As we wave to the good people of the town as we go past with an imperious look on our faces. Yeah, I don't really want to get out of here, but I think I'm going to have to. We'll go and pop the boot release, shall we? Look at the size of that battery. Wow. And here's the massive, massive fuse box. Goodness gracious me. I've actually got several fuse boxes in this car. The fuse map refer to handbook. And more luxury, we've got the compact disc changer. It's quite a shallow boot, actually. I'm actually quite surprised as to how shallow this is. I imagine you've got to fit the spare wheel in and the battery and the multiple fuse boxes, but yeah, full-size alloy spare. And a warning triangle, which you might need. Everything just kind of feels just right. The sort of opening and closing of the doors just feels very kind of effortless and just right. Let's just get in here. Oh, 24-hour assistance. I hope we won't need that in this. 23,000 miles. Yes. Electric memory seats. All-round electric windows. Trip computer just there. Boot release as well, just down there. If I can get the camera in the right place. There we go. Cruise control, old telephones probably in here somewhere, cup holders and all sorts of other things, and yep, there's the recording equipment that's sort of plumbed in, because, you know, viewers, if you think this video is rubbish, come down here and make your own and make it better. Valet mode and heated seats and traction control and climate control. Surprisingly, this hasn't got dual zone climate control, but it's the only thing I would think would be better. And then we've got, I think these are for the telephone system, these numbers mainly. Tape player and a CD player in here. And a Daimler clock. Yes, viewers, I think we found something of an agreeable car. What would be even more agreeable is if I can actually get, you know, in the right place with this seat. So we've actually revised the indicator and wiper stalks comparison with the X300. I mean, we've got I think this is an electric steering wheel adjuster here. Yes, using a good old Mark IV Fiesta electric mirror switch. Heated, sorry, but those are the fog lights, not heated anything. Yeah, so the J-gate as well. 5-speed auto, I think it is in this. With sport mode. It's very sort of, you know, undignified, a sport mode in a Daimler. But there we go, let's just shut the door. So we've now adjusted our seat. And we'll have to somehow open that sunroof, because you got to open the sunroof manually. You have to sort of do it electrically, and I don't really want to do that because it'll just rain in here. But we've got some map lights though. Yeah, map lights. Auto dipping rear view mirror. All very nice. I think we need to put this key, which I'm going to leave the other hand for, and we'll just switch her on and see what purrs into life. Okay, well, putting the wipers on, we got auto lights and wipers, auto lights, there we go. I can see some of the dials here, which are in these characteristic hooded instrument binnacles. So probably don't have more in the way of gauges in here, but never mind. Got the clock there, which is important. Just so much luxury, so much wood. Soft touch dashboard, this massive slab of timber on the door. Nice comfortable driving position once I've adjusted it electrically. Yeah, I mean, what more could you ask for in life than one of these? I think this is a fantastic car. Let's see what lies under that bonnet, shall we? One of the biggest changes in comparison with the X300s was the engine. All models of the X308 got this V8 either in 3.2 or 4 litre form. This is a 4 litre, develops about 290 horsepower. You could get the Super V8, which had a supercharger. It's about 370 horsepower. Traditional way that bonnet opens in so many cars, it opens forwards. Not the easiest, I think, perhaps to work on. There's lots of sort of things to get out of the way before you've got to do things, but I don't think there's any cam belts or anything to worry about in here, so that's good. How many cars have this like ZF power steering reservoir? We even saw it on a Model 3 Cavalier. But yeah, there we go. Most agreeable in so many ways. And of course, if you're the mayor, you're not going to be really worrying much about kind of getting your fingers dirty and anything like that. You're going to be in the back enjoying sort of, you know, admiring glances from the people of the town, and eggs thrown at you, in which case you just keep the window shut. Right, I think it's time to go for another drive, viewers. Lloyd Young Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. So just very smooth, very comfortable, no sport suspension or anything in this, just nice kind of comfortable travel over all the sort of the bumps. Not as bad to sort of thread through the cones at all. It's because the steering's so unbelievably light. I could sort of twirl this little finger if I wanted to. It's a shame in a way there's no variable steering weight for this, but if you are the sort of dignitary that's going to be in one of these cars, you don't need to really worry about driving experience. All I need to know is that the person in the front is enjoying themselves and having a luxurious, quiet and refined ride, which is what these cars are really all about. And I cannot believe that actually you can pick these up for really modest money. X308 start at about £2,000. And there's been a couple of people who've actually asked me to find X308s or X300s for them. And really, if you're choosing between them, you might prefer the characteristic of this V8 over the earlier 6-cylinder and V12 engines. That might be a deciding factor for you. But also it might just come down to which is the best. I mean, these cars do rust. They rust quite spectacularly. And that's really the main issue with them. The depreciation on them is also colossal. But of course, these days, you're not going to be the person who took that depreciation hit in the first place, so it's not so much of a concern. Excellent. Let's look in more detail at the X308 range of Jaguars and Daimlers. So there was an XJ8 base model, there was an executive as well, there was a Sport, the Sovereign, The run-out model was called the SE, which was in 2002. Clearly there were, the upper range ones, such as the XJR, which was a supercharged one, which had, less chrome and more power. The Daimler V8 like this one, and a Super V8. You could get standard and long wheelbase versions. You could actually get a standard wheelbase one of these, but I mean, the sort of person who wants a Daimler wants the long wheelbase, I should imagine. In this car, you also got the option of adaptive suspension. It was called CATS in Jaguar speak, which was the touring setting as opposed to the sports setting that was in the XJR. The X350 that replaced this, it is a very nice car. I've driven one of those from 2005, I think it is, on Sensible Secondhand Classics. But I kind of prefer this. I know it's empirically probably not as good a car, but it's just got the level of luxury in here and the sort of absolutely effortless driving experience that I think these XJs and Daimlers are all about. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Thank you to Great British Car Journey once again for making this video possible. And we shall see you again soon for more reasonably priced nostalgic motoring.